Well, this seems to be like some personal log that I make. It's kind of like journaling, but by speaking with this camera and a piece of technology, I seem to have developed a complete tolerance to all of this. And, well, what it is, so I don't waste any viewers' time or my own awkwardness, whatever, is that some people are just decided to break all of the rules, destroy the environment, harass people, be disrespectful and possessive and violent and violating. Species are going extinct. Some people are just like, you don't make the rules, we do. We have the money and the so called power or whatever. Just, and that's all. It's not me or whatever. And sure, I'm in a torture program. I didn't sleep all night. I think it might have been 2 nights I didn't sleep. And if so, it's only a couple hours. Very little. Maybe here and there. Try to nap all day while, I always had a hologram or an aircraft or Air Force thing, this or that. Sounding like a helicopter, who knows. But it's loud. And it's very early in the morning right now. And right on cue. Revving those engines, there's those backup sounds from a dump truck or whatever. It's time for an airplane. We'll say it is an airplane or a helicopter. I guess it's an airplane. Sure. That means that some guy needs an airplane. And he needs to fly it every day. Around Springfield. Just a daily occurrence. Yep. Well, people, often don't have enough around here. Some guy feels they need an airplane. It's basically a spoiled brat. Just grown up versions of little kid bullies. Just like they learned how to be in kindergarten. And so it's not too hard to see that this may very well be the end of civilization on Earth. Indeed, just life on Earth. And so they're like, well, there's only an Earth's full of life. Trees, creatures, and so on. And of course, digital harassment was their highest achievement. The greatest thing they could offer another person is to experiment on humans to develop more weapons, because they somehow think fighting is still the answer. It's possible they might somehow reformat the Earth, like terraform it. I mean, that's what they would call. There's different definitions of terraform, but what I mean is just to format the thing, just to, I don't know, maybe after a whole bunch of people are dead, they'd be like, well, we are the chosen ones. And these secret societies, it's so pathetic. They have dangerous group thinking. And they band together and say, no, it's not about anybody else but us. As long as the society lives on, most of them are going to die. Most of their children just not have a habitable world in the first place. There's some people who say, for example, Noam Chomsky, that another Trump re-election isn't the death knell of the entire world, but pretty darn like the precursor of it, of the death knell of the world. There's somebody who says they need a loud truck. They need to get out on those streets and just up and down. People may be trying to sleep. Meanwhile, people try and drive everybody nuts. Everything has a voice in it. I hear people repeating it out loud, sometimes in mockery. I mean, in total disgust. And of course, it's it's alpha thing, alpha, beta, alphabet, whatever. It's really all no object to me anymore. I live among thieves and very mean people. I was a nice little kid. By age 17, I think I was saying it had been a long, long, hard road. Maybe even earlier than that. Maybe when I just barely became a teenager, I was already saying that. My dad laughed when I think I was reading him a writing. He laughed like, ha ha ha, it's been a long, hard road. Like you ain't been through shit. Well, the long, hard road happened to have been a really fucked up family situation. He himself destroyed completely by molesting my brother and sister, while my mother was an incredibly abusive person who strangled me at age 3. Oh, and some computer thing in my head because of an injection implant. Whatever. Solution of little technology things in my blood or something. Is laughing at that. Like, oh, haha, human suffering. And that came from a police officer who just, it wasn't respect. They do not understand respect. And it's always been, oh, just slaughter, incarcerate all those hippies, people of other descent than, I don't know, what, European, white, basically, blonde hair, blue eyed. I'm guessing, I don't know. Maybe that's supposed to be some people are jealous that they're not. I don't know. It doesn't matter to me anymore. It doesn't. I've heard all by now. There's some birds freaking out. I don't know if it's that they got no food. I saw a single grasshopper finally. It's been all year. It used to be at night there were crickets. Some sort of lush, moist nighttime thing. Dusks, dawns. And that was not pristine as compared to what it used to be. So I was, sure sounded like that tire went, fuck out. Yeah. Of course, if I asked a lot of other people, very honestly, they'd go, yeah, I heard that too. And this is Springfield, Vermont. Well, I don't know. I guess some people are like, well, I work at the hospital. And sometimes I go to McDonald's. Or maybe the steakhouse. I don't know. This is a dead town. And so someone's experimenting on the whole town. Like, what happens if we stress out an entire town in an experiment? I don't know if it's what would that do in a foreign country. Arguably, it could be, is it a foreign country doing it here? Is it actually handshakes? And then they, of course, depopulate, the earth, which they're doing a lot. And a lot of people corroborate that. A lot of people who didn't like their jobs doing it have said, that's what they're doing. And I didn't think it was good anymore. So, people who take no accountability for their actions and try to just do anything to cover up crimes, actual crimes like violence, violation. Oh, maybe it's, something, before sunrise, just about, there's a dump truck coming through with a diesel engine at like first gear or whatever, just sounds like a fucking steam engine or whatever, it sounds like there's a lot of noise. And it goes down the block and slams a dumpster outside of some people's houses while they're trying to sleep, and I can hear it from here while I'm trying to sleep. And of course, while I try to sleep, it's constant voices, flies being made to say things with their wings, dive bombing my head, and maybe. But sometimes they just gotta do their thing. I don't know what that is anyhow. Same with the birds. And seeing visions, all my pixels rearranged, and just into this perverse thing that only ever rewards the victim when it's time to, you know, pretend that it was ever trying to help, or some kind of medicine helper, protector person. I'm malnourished. Usually out of money. Only because, I don't know, always wants more. Spoiled brat downstairs. Honest dope. And his so-called fiance. I guess they consider themselves married already. And they were going to leave, but now they don't know if they can, or is that all lies too? And they all just kind of arrived here after I did, with a dog that barked all day long. As soon as I got here. The only house in the vicinity where constantly door slam, door slam, door slam. And the elders of the house, the married couple who are married, and it's their daughter and a guy who did 15 years and just kind of has this thug mentality, got Nazi tattoos, and then decided don't like Nazis, and can't decide if he wants to listen to rap or say swear words, racial slurs. And they're like, sure, we'll drive the car all day to do that. Whatever, just whatever it is. I don't know. But, yeah. I don't know. I don't really care what they do. And all the neighbors seem to somehow know these people. Like, they all just kind of like, yeah. But me, oh, no. I'm the not good one. They're just not kind. Feel entitled to yell at. Feel entitled to steal from. Feel entitled to do this tough guy thing at. Which I don't think is very masculine at all. Nope. Hyper and toxic masculinity are actually pretty not impressive as males. According to any female who has, some class. Anyhow. So, yeah, I'm pretty impervious to it. I mean, except that the sleep deprivation, I guess my brain just won't release melatonin. It's sad because humans are such elegant creatures. And just en masse being slaughtered, kidnapped, experimented on. And now an idea is to deport all of the people who come study here. And sure, let's get the kids back in school while there's a virus going around. So we're to understand. You might as well say, well, I'm just going to kill your kids now. And that's exactly what will happen. And the journalists report it, plainly. And after he's not reelected, we all hope, and maybe he does face a lot of charges. I don't know. I can't say does it matter or not. Will he name names? If it's serious consequences, probably. Yeah, he would. But meanwhile, I don't know. This one street sees a lot of traffic for no reason at all. It's not a very important street, actually. Happens to connect some back residential areas. And all day long. And power tripping cops coming and going. And maybe I've been deceived, sure, made to believe things that they make you say, And that's most everyone. I just don't follow through with it because I identify that it's corrupt and a danger to my mind, my mental autonomy, which I still have. In fact, I'm very strong. I presume that people live a long time, regardless of a lot of factors. Sometimes. I don't know. It doesn't matter because in about 30 years it'll be, do I want to decide to fall asleep or do I want to die in a fire?